Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, today's topic is about difference or the advantages and disadvantages between DIY investors and mutual fund investing. DIY means it is do it yourself kind of investors. So that means I can directly invest or you can also go via mutual funds. Just I'm going to give different perspective of different criteria here, and I'm going to explain you about what are the advantages and disadvantages. Based on this, you can take a call yourself. Right. So the first point, what I'm going to discuss is about time. For the DIY investors or the people who are already working, have a 9 to 5 job, uh, they do not have time, to learn about investing. First of all, we don't know uh, full about all the sectors of the different sectors, and also we don't know about each of the companies which are there in the uh, sectors. So in India, if you see, almost like there are some 6,000 companies which are listed. So if I want to, for example, if I want to become a DIY investor, so which company to buy, what are the criteria I need to consider, which company should I just go and buy it. So this kind of knowledge, and also we will not have time, and also we will have knowledge or experience to do that. First of all, if you want to become a DIY investor, you should have that passion, to learn. If you don't have that passion to learn, then if you just dependent on some guys who are actually giving tips in the WhatsApp or Telegram or in Facebook or in TV, if you dependent on them, I think it's very risky. You are just end up losing the money. So, and also, if you want to become a direct investor, you should read a lot of books, so that at least you understand the basic things. For example, if you want to become an investor, definitely you should read Intelligent Investors by Mr. Benjamin Graham. Just to start with, if you read that, then you'll at least understand what is share market about, and what are the different types of companies classification and all those things. So anyway, to come back here, for example, first one is the time. We will not have much time considering a 9 to 5 job. And fund manager, usually he will be having, his job itself is full-time job of investing. And also he will have his own team who are also will also be dedicating their entire time, day's time to him, to assist him, to identify the companies, to go and meet the management, and all those tasks they will be doing it. So that means they here clearly it shows that they've got a lot of advantage here. Next one, as I said, knowledge and expertise. So you'll not have expertise in sectors, and also you don't understand whether what is cyclicality, and some impacts in the world, US impact or some recession impact, macros it's also called, and there is also a war there, how it will impact, and all these things we definitely will not understand. That's also one disadvantage for the DA investors. But here, as I said, there is already research team. I think they will check different sectors, and also they will get access to meet the managements. They can directly go and take an appointment, and they can meet the different company managements. So they can explain, the fund managers about the company, and they can also see what is going on in the company like that. So if it's a manufacturing sector, they can of course go inside the factory and check how they're manufacturing, what is the quality, whether they get convinced or not. That kind of things will be there. So of course, in terms of next point is commission and fees. So if you're a DIY investors, of course you will save on that one. But here in mutual fund, of course, they have to manage the fund company, as well as they have to pay salary to fund manager. That's why you need to pay expense ratio if you're going via mutual fund. So it's also usually it is 0.5% to 2%, it varies. So depending on the fund which you choose, so you need to pay that much of it. So I mean, what I'm saying is there is no headache. If you are investing in a mutual fund, that manager will take care of everything. You don't need to scratch your head. You can concentrate on your 95 job. So they will try to get you the returns. So next one is being dear investors. So you also have there is no restrictions for you. So there are kind of loss making companies, micro cap companies, where usually the companies will have restrictions. The mutual fund companies will have restrictions. They should not invest in For example, Vodafone Idea and other companies, they are making loss from so many years, but it could become also a kind of a turnaround story. But usually mutual funds, their hands will be tied up. They cannot invest because the company can close down. They will lose the money. That kind of things will be restrictions will be there. That's why they cannot invest. And also in terms of holding the percentage of portfolio, for DIY investor, you can go almost 90% of his entire portfolio money you can invest in one company. Nobody will ask, you know but here in case of mutual funds, they will always have a restrictions. They cannot invest more than 10% in any of the company, like that. That kind of restrictions will be there. In case of diversification also, here, if you're 100% sure that some company is going to do good over a period of time, you can invest all your money into one of the better. Even though I don't recommend it, but nobody will ask you. If you're a DA investor, that is the advantage what you have. You can take whatever the bets you need. That will help you. But in case of mutual fund, definitely the amount of money what they've got will be in crores of monies, 1,500 crores, 1,000 crores, like that. That's why they cannot invest in one or two companies. That's why they should, of course, invest in 30, more than 30, 40, 50 companies. Sometimes it could be also kind of over diversification. So once you over diversified, the returns also will be reduced. Next is control over investment. If you are investing, you will have full control over your money. You can choose where to invest and what to do and all those things. Full control he'll have. But in case of mutual fund, if you're giving 5,000 or 10,000 per month, you don't have any control like that. So the fund manager will take a call. So we also seen a lot of instances where that okay, it is a stupid or a wrong decision. I would not say stupid. It's a wrong decisions, but still the manager, would have invested in the fund where you invested. That fund manager has taken a call to invest in loss making or overpriced IPOs. For example, Paytm or Zomato. If you see the price where they have listed, and they have corrected almost like 50%, 60%. Straight away know that this is loss making, but still the fund manager has taken a call to invest in them. So these kind of things will definitely happens. You don't have a control on the investments. And the last is very very important thing, returns. So most of the DIY investors thinks that okay, they're investing, they're getting some out returns. But the problem is, unless otherwise benchmark yourself the returns with any benchmark, you will be just keep on investing and you will not be knowing whether I think it can be tracked, and most of the cases it is not tracked also. So index fund means usually Nifty 50 or Sensex 50 companies are there. So this benchmark, for example, if you say Sensex, we say 71,000, or this Nifty we say it is actually 21,000. So these are the combination of 50 companies. Based on that, this Sensex and Nifty will be moving. So for example, this index fund maybe giving you some 15% over a period of 20 years time. So if you are directly investing, so minimum expectation is at least you should beat this index returns, and you should be able to beat it by at least 10%. That's what Warren Buffett says. So if you are not able to beat this index fund, there is no point spending time and money and whatever doing yourself. It doesn't make sense. You should think that okay, you don't have skill, and then just keep giving the money to the mutual fund manager and or the wealth manager, whoever it could be. So then they will work for you, and you can concentrate on something else. So if you have that, first of all, you should have a passion to learn. So if you don't have that passion to learn, as well as if you are not able to beat, you track it for 3 years or 5 years. If you're not able to beat the index returns, then definitely you should. It's not your cup of tea. You can conclude that you should not do it yourself. So that's what one of the point. In case of mutual fund managers, they will always have a benchmark. For example, if I say ELSS fund, so there is always a comparison. HDFC ELSS fund and Axis ELSS fund, LSS fund. So every quarter the result will come out, which is doing better, like that. And every year it will come out. And also based on this, there are different this I also covered in my earlier video. They will also give this Crisil and all give the ratings to each of these mutual fund. whether he's beaten this, the index returns, or what is the percentage of returns, like that. Based on that, they will give, 5 star, 4 star, 3 star, like this. So that means they will always under pressure to, beat the peers, as well as to beat the index. I hope this video would have helped you at least to think whether you should go directly, why you should do it yourself, or you can give it to a mutual fund manager. uh, Before closing the call, I would also give you, one more tip, so which would definitely help you, I guess. So this one I picked up from this free pinnacle. There is actually one, uh, Mr. Me PM Pattabhiraman. He's actually created this, website. So here they are also giving you the list of, SEBI registered uh, fee only investors, fee only financial planners in India. That means, so it doesn't matter whether you have 1 lakh or 10 lakh or 10 crores or 100 crores, like that. So it does, they will actually charge, based on the fees of whatever they're going to give you the planning. So they will not, charge based on your net worth, some percentage or something like that. That kind of thing will not be there. It's kind of a flat fee. So if you are also, you don't know even in which mutual fund you have to do, or either you should have, health insurance, or you should have a term insurance, and you should have a, percentage of your investment should be in debt fund, so that it is not linked to the equity market. Equity market is volatile. So since now, because of the Modi is there, because of that, from last 8 years there was no major correction except this, COVID period. So even actually next year also, it's actually kind of almost sure that Modi is going to come back for the third time. That's why market is already, going up and up. So, but this will not the same case always. That's why equities always will be riskier. That's why you should also have a proper allocation. If you want to understand what is the portfolio allocation, how much should be in your debt, how much should be in equity, and what are the insurance and other things. If you want to know all these things, so this website will give you. I will also add this in the description. So one good thing is, there are different already this fee only planners are there. You can also choose from your, local language as well, apart from English, of course. So you can see here, these are all the few members who are registered here. So one is Melvin Joseph. These are, there is also website here, as you can see. So for example, Vikram Krishnamurthy is Tamil and Telugu he speaks, apart from English. Similarly, if you're from Bangalore, if you want to have the advice in Kannada, you can also contact him. It's kind of, it's just flat fee. They will upfront, they will tell you how much. It's not kind of hide and seek or percentage of, total your investment and other things. They will not charge. So I would definitely recommend these.